everybody.
Hello.
How's it going? How's it going?
Yes.
This is Mortgage Mike Speaks.
Yes.
We've got
Podcast.
Mortgage Mike here.
Here I am.
Yeah.
I'm here.
I'm Steven Salinas.
Yes.
I'm a loan officer with the group, and we have
Yeah.
a special guest today, Michelle Briggs.
How are you doing,
Yes.
gentlemen?
Doing great.
We're doing great
It's always
today.
a fun day to do a podcast.
Right.
Get to kind of share stories
It's a fun part
with
of our
friends, our family, our partners. And we're just here to hear your story.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, thanks
Yeah.
for having me. I appreciate the opportunity to share.
Yeah. So Michelle, we got a chance to just get to know you a little bit better last week. And I think you have a really unique story and background, because how long have you been in real estate, like officially as a real estate agent, right?
As a realtor, I'm going in my fourth year.
Fourth year.
Okay, great.
Now that's not how long you've been in real estate.
No, not at all.
How long have you been in real estate?
I've been in the real estate industry for over 24 years.
24 years.
Yes.
So
Wow.
20 of these 24 years, you're doing something else.
That is
What,
correct.
what were you doing?
So I was in the title industry.
Ah,
So I started in the title plant shooting copies
Yeah.
for our examiners and the abstractors, and quickly moved on to escrow, became an escrow officer within 2 years. And that was the day when you had to there was a process for it. You just couldn't fill out an application, be done with it. Right.
yeah.
Mhm.
So I received the recommendation, and within 2 years and 5 years, I was managing branches. And for the last 15 of my 20 years, I managed branches for primarily fee attorneys. I
Okay.
enjoyed that a lot better, a
Yeah.
lot more.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And what I hear, what we heard from you before was just this idea of like managing processes and that translation of that into your life today as a realtor, right?
Oh, very much so. It's amazingly helpful.
Yeah.
I can stand confidently and firmly that I know more than a lot of average Jane realtors or
Mhm.
Joe realtors that have been in the business the short time that I have,
Yeah.
if they've made it past their first 2 years,
Right on.
unfortunately, right?
Yeah.
So because I understand the process and really what it looks like and the partnership that you create inside of title to
Mhm.
get the transaction to the closing table on the closing date.
Yeah.
I know that process. I know when things
Yeah.
need to be ordered. I know when we should be receiving items from title or
Yeah.
from the lender.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I got that process.
Yeah, yeah. So you had mentioned you're telling us a story, just how you had a client where you were able to really just say, "Oh, really?" Like without making them wrong on the other side, like whoever you were working with, but able to really dissect what was happening just because of the experience you had. So that's really cool that you bring that. Like I think you bring such a relevancy to the real estate transaction that really is missing, just because there's not that experience. And like we said, you even know what it's like as a lender, although
yeah.
you weren't a lender,
Correct.
but you got to
Mhm.
deal with us not delivering papers, not us specifically, but us as a
Right.
lending community, not getting papers to you on time, right? I mean, being in the middle of that.
Yeah, well, I lived through CFPB, and
I have too.
yeah, right. So we all did.
Mhm.
And going through the changes, and I really enjoyed being a part of the process. Now, it wasn't just me. There was several hundred people, if I don't even know how many, when they were creating the new closing disclosure
gosh.
and the new format, and combining that with the truth in lending.
Yeah.
I would get the emails saying, "What do you think of this format?
Yeah.
Should we move this here?" And it was great to see the process and being involved in that. So when it came to fruition, I knew what it was going to look like
Yeah.
ahead of time. And I had an opportunity to train my team
Yeah.
and let them know this is what's happening. And this is where they are.
Right.
Removing HUDs, they're called Alta HUDs now. So
Right.
in the system, I'm telling you, title people, the realtors that know, we know you can still do Altas. So
Right.
a lot of realtors don't know that. And Altas HUDs are sometimes easier to explain to your client than an actual CD. It's more work for title.
That's the
I
truth.
get it.
Yeah.
However, it's part of the level of customer service title is choosing to provide to realtors.
Yeah.
I do know there are some title companies out there that say their system cannot do it. It's not
Yeah.
programmed to do it.
Yeah, it is. It is so.
Yeah, I think there's something that IT could do
Yeah.
solidify that
Yeah.
request.
I missed the HUD one. I'm going on the record. I missed the HUD one. Right.
So basically, like pretty much during my title years, it was always that 700 series for my clients. That's all they looked at, and it was
right.
Don't worry about what that is, but
right. Those of you who've been at it for a while, completely understand what we're talking about. Yeah.
So from a title perspective, I had an opportunity to go through many things in those in the 20 years, and working with realtors on a daily basis, and loan officers, and surveyors, and HOI, insurance, PNC, home
HOAs,
HOA, surveyor. I mean, like all of that. So I get the role of it.
Yeah, the rubber meets the road at title contract. Like when I tell clients that like title company is the disinterested third party. It's like Switzerland in the middle of the transaction.
That is correct. Neutral,
right. Very neutral.
And have a fiduciary responsibility to all parties inside of the transaction.
Right on.
A balance for them.
Right. So here comes the contract. You close based on the contract. And all of a sudden my closing instructions come around and you have to close based on my closing instructions. So everything happens there. So with your 20 years of experience, you bring this bird's eye view right into the heart of the transaction.
Yeah.
It is, because we are trained title. Listen to me. They are trained. We're trained to decipher the earnest money contract, to be able to explain it in a way that we're not representing a real estate, or not being a real, or practicing law. If I can get that out.
Right.
So, as a title rep, and you're deciphering that contract, that's how the closing statement is being inputted, right? That was prior to lenders taking it on now. But that data entries is how we deciphered it. And when we would have realtors that were practicing law and kind of having some crazy verbiage, and we're wanting that clarity, and then we think we understand what they want, and then it's not exactly what they visioned it to be. It's another conversation. But unfortunately, there's just a lot of realtors out there that don't get partnership and don't get what it really takes to. You have to be on the same page. Yeah. And you got to help each other understand. It's not dumb title person that did that wrong. No, it's like, maybe I didn't explain it accurately, like correctly. Maybe I wasn't clear in my communication. Yeah. Realtors don't do that. Yeah. Yeah. They go, man. And it doesn't work.
It does not work. It doesn't work. We got buyers and sellers that want to move. Both out of something and into something new. And we're the place that makes that happen. Right.
What are those important pieces you mentioned partnership.
Oh gosh.
And we've kind of talked about it a little bit before. What are those kind of main pieces in partnership that is the most important to you?
So I always say, I am a individual. I'm a stand in my community, the real estate community, one transaction at a time, to create and honor each other inside of a transaction. Like as a realtor, if I'm the listing agent, you selling agent, I know what you're accountable for. Let's have a conversation, with the partnerships with title. Title companies, realtors do not keep all your eggs in one basket. Get to know a few people. Yeah. It's just the reality of it. Same thing with lenders. Sorry, guys, but that's our reality. And because everybody has different underwriters, but it's really having that partnership and understanding each other and really how you work. That's what makes it smooth. Yeah. It's when I call I go, Mike, hey, I just got a call from client X, and I know you give me weekly updates. However, she's calling about this, and I wasn't really clear on exactly what was needed. What can you tell me?
Right on.
You being a text away or a phone call away is priceless.
Yeah.
Yes.
When you don't have a relationship with a loan officer, they don't know who you are, and they will get it done when they need to get it done. You know what I mean? It's a whole nother experience. Yeah. So partnership is key, and just honoring each other, really, since that's what it is. It's really honoring each other inside of a transaction.
Yeah, we love honoring each other inside of a transaction. That is the truth, right? And across the board, everybody involved, we're all here to help and to provide a service. And we just need to honor that. And let's get to closing and try to make this as peaceful as we can for everybody, right?
Like no one's getting paid.
Right. Until we close, right?
And you're right. If you are clear on the process as a realtor, when you are clear on the process and what is needed, I don't look at myself as trying to be the title company. I don't look at myself as trying to be the loan officer. I just understand the process. Yeah. So I shoot the email, going, hey, was the appraisal ordered? Yeah. Hey, just want to check on this. Hey, is the PNC, is HOI? Are you guys complete on HOI? hey, is this title company, is the survey been ordered? Hey, is HOA out? Because, you know,
Yeah.
we know sometimes that can take up 10 to 15 days. And
Yeah.
then sometimes you got to pay ahead of time. So there's all kinds of stuff, you know, but when you know and I just know it because I did
Yeah.
it for 20 years.
Yeah.
It's natural for me just to go, oh, you know, I haven't seen that.
So do you have a mental checklist or do you have physical checklist for
it's a
that?
mental checklist.
Okay.
No, I mean, I
Right
know the
on.
process that well. I mean,
Mhm.
when one of my fee attorneys, their system was able to do a tasking list. First American, shout out to First American. I love their tasking list.
Yeah.
That task list, when you work with First American, when you call them, that task should be complete because it's based off of open and close date.
Yeah.
So because I knew that system, I recreated that.
Right.
And inside of recreating that, I couldn't believe it. I was like, what, really? No kidding. Every transaction that a title company touches the escrow assistant, escrow officer can touch that file up to 62 times. And that's not including
62.
emails or phone calls, right?
Right. So
Wow.
4
again,
times that,
you
right?
gotta give them grace.
Yeah.
Just like you guys.
Yeah.
We've got to give you
Yeah.
grace.
Yeah.
You know, just for my clients. I don't have just one client. You know,
Mhm.
when I work with several clients,
Hmm.
that when I'm with them, I'm with them.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and then I go on, you know, or with the next person, or with the next person. That's our world.
Yeah.
So
What was the impetus for transition from title into real estate? Like as a realtor, real estate agent, like what was it that said, okay, I'm ready. I'm going to make a change.
yeah. So I'm very blessed. I was married in September of 2018 and I retired in December of 2018 and I couldn't sit still.
Okay.
And I really and the more and more I thought about the real estate industry and not being a part of the American dream every single day,
Yeah.
like I can make a difference.
Mhm.
My knowledge and my background, I know I can make a difference. And I really thought about it and I'm like, you know, working with realtors every day, loan officers every single day, I really got what I didn't want to be. And
Mhm.
and I saw things that I felt were missing.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't dealt with every single realtor. There's almost 42,000 of us.
Yeah.
And I may be speaking the same language as someone else. However, it's very few and very far between that I've experienced.
Yeah.
So it really is about the consumer, the seller, the buyer
Yeah.
that doesn't understand the process and helping them achieve that and helping them to understand that's gracious and honoring.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and not worry about the commission check.
Right.
And
Mhm.
not being, you know, not so nice when, you know,
Mhm.
they think something should be a certain way. Well, sometimes it doesn't work that way.
Right.
You just have to,
I
that's
love
what
that.
kind of inspired me. I'm like, I think I can do this.
Yeah.
And I think I could do it pretty well.
I think you're doing it pretty well. Is what I can see.
My clients
Yeah.
love me and they know me well. And
Yeah.
I mean, since the beginning of my career, everything has been 100% referrals. And as a realtor, they tell you, go out to your sphere of influence, go out to everyone and you let them know that you're a realtor now.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yes.
well, I've been entitled for 20 years. So like my best friend's a realtor.
Everybody's a realtor.
Like everybody, like I don't know anyone that's like not a realtor or a loan officer.
Yeah.
So I really have been literally starting from scratch.
Right.
And it's great, and I love it. It's a great experience, and it's easy. It's easier because of my background.
So one, like kudos to you, Impact. You're here to make an impact in people's lives and you get to do that through real estate. So we like Stephen and I are like, yes, thumbs up for that. Because that is, we get to make a difference in people's lives. When so many industries don't have a tangible effect, you can't see it. You can't, we don't feel it. And we get to see, feel, and touch it as we go through the process with our clients. So that's like, we love that about you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Even today, we went to a closing for a first-time home buyer, and you know, you don't think about this sometimes, but during the signing, they kind of just said casually, you know, like I never thought this day would come or something.
Right. They've been 3 years in the making.
Oh,
Yeah. So they were self-employed, and you know they got hit.
COVID happened.
From COVID, and they were signing, and it was just like a big celebration day. It was just really cool to kind of see everything come together. And that's like why you do it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I've been in closing rooms, conducting closings, and I've had sellers crying. I've had sellers walk out.
Yeah.
I've had buyers crying. I've had
Right.
buyers walk out. I've used my notary stamp one time to kind of get like a gavel to get everyone's attention because many years ago, everyone would close together.
At the same time.
The
that
same
does not
room.
happen anymore.
No,
I'm not quite sure
an hour
when
apart
that
now.
changed.
It's unfortunate. I mean, it's unfortunate because in my opinion, it was the missing of honoring each other.
Yeah.
The table is celebration.
Yeah.
The table is, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I'm starting to make family memories. Like I'm adding, I'm like to, you know, my lineage.
Yes.
You know, whatever that is, right? I'm not finding the right word. However, but when you have a seller and you have a buyer and you come together and you close and they tell you about the quirky little switch that you've got to turn it this way, we're missing all of that because and I think it really starts with how the realtors interact with each other. Yeah. And really how they interact with each other, because if the realtors are, you know, brand new realtor and a seasoned realtor and seasoned realtors telling brand new realtor, you know what the heck you're talking about, it's not nice about it, they don't want to sit in the same room together.
Yeah.
Right.
So it really became a separation because I think I really do. I could be wrong. Yeah. I really truly believe it really stemmed from the relationships that were created inside of a negotiation of a contract.
Yeah. Y'all are like the bridge.
Yeah, exactly.
And
even, you know, sellers take 15 minutes to sign if they don't have a whole lot of questions. Yeah. Seriously, as a realtor, your clients, neither one of your clients should have any questions whatsoever. Yeah. Especially now that we have the 3 days. Yeah. Right. Yeah. There should be no questions.
Should be able to sit down and go.
Celebrating, signing, stamping, title, explaining the documents, not pushing it in front of them and telling them to sign. Yeah. You know, that's what it's meant to be. And we lost that 10 years ago, right?
It really, I think it was probably between 12 and 14 where, I mean, that was, you were everybody showed up at the closing table.
And it was it made life better. It was so much easier for title, right? So you're closing in your time frame. You'd set aside an hour and a half, and that would give you 20 minutes to go back to your desk and inhale your lunch and go into the next room, right? That's not there anymore. So you have a 20-minute window for the seller, and then you have another hour. Yeah. You want to give yourself 30 minutes to answer emails for other files, take phone calls, return phone calls. So a transaction that may have been an hour and a half from start to finish to fund, you know, now is 2 hours, potentially 3 hours. And it creates title having lesser opportunities to close on the day that you want to close. Yeah, because there's not as many slots. It's like we doubled the slots or doubled the time and not the slots. And you know, I mean, and that's really what it is. I miss those days. Oh, I know, right? I miss them. I really like them. And I mean, my realtors, please stop closing on Fridays and on the last day of the month. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Don't schedule. Close on a Wednesday. Right. Close on a Wednesday. Right. If we could close in the middle of the month, that'd be great. There's so much less pressure. Yeah. Well, I usually when I set my closings for my clients, it usually is anywhere between the 15th and the 25th, and it's like on a Wednesday. I think Wednesdays are really kind of my closing day because again, if something happens, you have Thursday to kind of whatever that needs to be corrected or whatever. You have a little time before Friday and they can move in on Friday. Yeah. Yeah. You know, maybe they'll take Friday off for a 3-day weekend. Yeah. There's experience. That's real experience. Because stuff just gets missed. It happens. Something doesn't get signed. Man. Yeah. All of a sudden an undisclosed debt shows up right before closing. And we're like, wait, we got to fix that, you know? And it's like, we're going to fix it, but I need another day, 24 hours, because we got to do something else that's going to take time. So I love that. It happens. Okay. So, oh gosh, I lost my train of thought on that because we started talking about the buyer seller side of this. Closing on a Wednesday. Yeah. Closing on, which makes me so excited. Networking. Yeah. You're because we touched on that too. I think you're really good at connecting with community. Right. Really so important. So tell us about like that. Cause if all of your friends 4 years ago, and I understand would be realtors, right? So you've got to expand your sphere and your friends. Right. Where is that community that you hook into? Like, how do you find that? What do you do? Yeah. So, I'm a part of BNI.
Okay.
BNI Power Players.
Right on.
And
shout out.
also, and also I'm part of the Greater Heights Area Chamber of Commerce.
Got it.
And because I live in the Heights and it's my backyard. There are a lot of realtors in the Heights. There are a lot of big realtors in the Heights. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. And I honor them because they've earned it. They've been there way longer than I have.
Yeah.
So I contribute by being a part of the ambassador committee of the Chamber of Commerce.
Right on.
I do the chamber videos. We highlight fellow chamber members. I do those videos.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's other things that I do with the chamber. That's one aspect of community. And I'm also involved in the Alzheimer's Association. So I have an event that's coming up in November called Wine Meets Whiskey. Speakeasy theme is going to be at William Price Distilling.
Nice.
I say Williams Price Distillery, not it.
Not that.
William Price Distilling. And super excited about that. We've got a team of individuals that are committed to the success of the event. We're looking for event partners, but also it's our first one, right?
Yeah.
So we're not looking for a 200-person event.
Right.
So I contribute through the Alzheimer's Association. I've created a couple collaborations. We have September is Safety Month for Realtors, right?
Okay.
And I just posted it today on Facebook that I created a collaboration between Allie May and Amity Bank and Mike Wong.
Okay.
So Mike Wong's, I love you, Mike Wong. I really do. He's amazing. He's no kidding, on top of his game, commercial realtor, Sugarland area, Keller Williams, and he is committed to the safety of other realtors and teaching that. So he teaches the course.
Yeah.
So I got those two together, and September 21st. Amity is hosting Mike, and it's a realtor only event about safety and awareness and open house, and think about what you're doing. Just think about what you're doing when you're out by yourself.
You're meeting, yes. Like it would be hard, just as a husband, to have a wife that's a real estate agent going to a house to meet an absolute stranger, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you don't know these people.
No, you
right?
You met them.
You try,
and right, but you still
don't know.
And we have too many realtors. A lot of them are young in the business that feel like if they don't stop what they're doing and go show this person that they haven't vetted, that hasn't provided pre-approval letter from you guys, right?
Yeah.
They just go show. Yeah. And that is so dangerous. And it's so unfortunate. They feel like they have to do that. And safety, what is this? Think about safety has no selling price or no asking price, whatever it is.
Right.
I posted it this morning, but it really is to bring awareness to the real estate community. So that's my contribution to real estate community, as well as serving on the Engage Conference Committee, October 14th. Engage Realtors, sign up for the conference. Yeah. And then, gosh, what's the other collaboration I'm doing? I do a lot of it because it is really important to give back to your community. Yeah. And it's a way that when someone sees my name, they go, you know what? She's making a difference.
Right on.
She's making a difference. Right on. So that collaboration with Amity Bank. And we're going to have to talk about something else. I'll think of it in a minute and I'll pop up.
Okay. We'll bring that back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the energy you bring. You bring a heightened sense of energy to just meeting with people, right? Yeah. You're just excitement. And that's like contagious. I'm like,
we are part of the American dream.
Right.
Yeah. I don't care what anyone says, who we are inside of our communities. We're not only loan officers or not only realtors, we are leaders. Yeah. When you have people that come to you for counsel on something that is, no kidding, most likely going to be the largest investment for themselves and their family, and they look to you, it is your responsibility to be a leader and act as a leader and be a contribution to not only your client, but your community. Yeah. Yes. It's about building your community. It's not about commission checks. It's not about, I don't know, whatever you call your checks, right? Yeah. And it's not, that's really not what it's about. Yeah. It's, at the end of the day, it's not what it's about. And they're out there.
Yeah. Well, Stephen and I think we get I think every transaction and every family that we get to close is a great experience. It is even better when it comes directly from something that's like coming out of our community involvement, whether or not it's our church or our close friends. Those just probably because we have a deeper emotional attachment is probably really why that happens. But it's just so much more rewarding on top of what it already is just to do this as a living. And to be able to just really lovingly serve the people that are close to us. It just brings another level of just excitement, satisfaction, wholeness to what it is that we get to practice every day and do for a living. And thank goodness that, we get an opportunity to do that. So,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What else, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us about, so I don't even know if we mentioned like what group you're with or, like what is structure.
Did we even get there? Yeah.
I don't think we even talked about it. We know Michelle.
Do we know?
We just said Michelle and then we just went.
Well, I'm with a boutique brokerage called Strata. And Amy Hartman is my broker. And Amy and I, she was a client and her team they were clients of mine when I was in the title business. And Amy and I became friends, beyond working together, we became friends because she was, I was managing a team. She was managing realtors. Yeah. And she is all about educating and she's about, knowledge is power.
Sure.
That's her, the phrase is, it's like boring or whatever, but there's a reality behind that. And plus she's accountable for all of us. So training is very important for her. And so we would go have lunch or we would have dinner and we would talk about what are we doing to inspire, to engage, support their success, and, fire them up, because they are making a difference on a daily basis.
Right.
And you get in the throw of things. You have to stop and go, what are we doing to honor them?
Right.
And what they do for us and what they do for our clients, what they do for the title company, what they do for their brokerage.
Right.
So we were friends before all of this. And I went to a brokerage when I first got my license because it was right down the road from me. And I loved my broker. I really loved her. I really, really do. However, I really got in the 7-8 months that I needed something different.
Yeah.
And so I called Amy up and said, let's have lunch. And I want to be a part of your brokerage. And we had a couple things we worked out. And she's like, heck yeah, come on board. Nice. So I love her. So shout out to Amy Hartman. We're doing a lot of shout outs today. Yeah. However, it's Strata. We are building. We are on the grow. I don't do any recruiting.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm about. I just love my brokerage. I love what she provides for us and the tiny amount that we pay every month. You can't be.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and if she cares and she cares about your success, and clearly you guys are friends and you can trust her, right? So that's such a great thing.
She's a phone call away, a text away, on a Friday night, a Sunday morning. Like she's no kidding available. And she has actually had a conversation with someone that was a selling agent that was buying from one of the realtors in the brokerage and discovered that he was getting no support whatsoever. Yeah. He had no idea.
Oh yeah.
So she, had a conversation with him and he came on board. So
right on.
You just gotta, so I love my Strata family.
I think you have to be aligned. You have to be aligned properly, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
It's the same thing in our business. We've got to be aligned with the right organization's going to help us do what we need to do to take the best care of our clients that we possibly can. So cool.
Yep. And honor each other. So not everything's going to be not everything's going to go flawless, but you have to have the level of integrity to have the conversation.
Yeah.
Don't get mad. Yeah. There's nothing to be mad about. Just work it out. It's dealing with what's and what actions you're going to take to resolve it and never do it again.
Right on.
Kind of thing. So there's,
we like you.
Yeah.
We like you.
I'm trying to get out of bed. I cannot believe I can't remember it. I wish I had somebody text me. Because there's 2 collaborations that I'm working on and it's all based around the realtors. So
over and over, just inherent for me is the honor. So love that relationship, right? That relationship with your community, your clients. And for you, there's impact. Like I feel like you make an impact in the people's lives, even if it's not a closing with the client, you're involved with community that brings impact. And really like that, I just want to honor you with that.
I appreciate
that.
That's
really cool that you're doing that. You're really well-rounded in regards to that. And I don't get the feeling that you do this because you get to earn a commission check, like you said. That's not why you do this. And man, that just sets you so far apart in regards to just what your focus is and how you take care of people. So I would say I honor you for that. Thank you for bringing that to our industry because it's really refreshing and it's needed.
Very much. So.
Yeah, very, very much so.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just always say my people will come.
yes, they
They
will.
will come.
I
Yeah.
agree.
So-
We feel the same way about that too. It's like,
Yeah. Just do the right things.
we're going to do the right things.
Yeah,
We're going
just
to
do
take
the right
care of
things.
people the way that we're supposed to. And we just trust that it's going to come around for us. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for coming on, just sharing your story,
You're welcome.
Yeah.
sharing about everything that you're doing. We're going to connect everybody together so that if you're interested in going to any of these events, we can,
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
we can
I'll
follow,
take this-
follow you.
Yeah.
Follow the rabbit trail.
Follow you.
The social media rabbit
Everything
trail.
is everything on for me inside of social media is a realtor for you. So it's RELTR, the number 4, the letter U. That's not my license plate.
Got
right?
it. Yep.
Yep.
So
There it
everything
is.
on all social media platforms, all you do is search RELTR, the number 4, letter U, and you'll pull up my page.
Got
so
it.
I just posted about the safety event today
Great.
on Facebook. I'm a planner, so you see stuff for me that's going to be well in advance. I'm not like, let's do an event in 10 days. It's not happening.
Right.
So I'm a planner. So you do
Mhm.
follow me, take a look at that. Give me a call, 713-256-5465. If you are looking to sell your house, and
Yeah.
let's have a conversation on what it looks like and where you're going to go next.
Right on.
Awesome.
Right on.
Thank you
Cool.
guys
Thank
for
you.
listening.
This is really good. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for the next episode, whenever that is.
See you next
Yeah,
time.
Mike and Steven, peace out.
Bye, guys.